Hello, Requin87, and welcome back once again to the Wandering Village, where we are looking at some pre-release footage ahead of the early access Steam release on the 14th of September. And just in case you missed it in the first video, if you're interested in getting your hands on a free copy of the game when it drops onto Steam, then do hang around to the end of the video and I'll tell you all about it. In the meantime, we have reached day 9, as indicated by little feeds down here. We're in a relatively good place. Let me get myself unpaused. We've got some basic food, some basic water, some basic houses, and we've got a bit of a construction on the go in terms of our scavenger hut, but we're waiting on some additional resources. So I think the first thing to do is going to take some of our idlers and get them working on more slabs more quicker. Pretty please. We also don't actually have any wood, so let's chill on the slabs and give an extra wood man as well. Basic resources we're doing okay. We've got wood and we've got stone. We've got a little bit of basic food, not much in the way of meals though. So inside our kitchen you can choose which product you're going to make. This is true of a couple of buildings that have some various options, and at the minute we're turning all our berries into berry muesli, and as you see you get more food out than you put in, so it's good for your food efficiency. I will get an extra person on that if we have anyone. And then we will, once we've burnt through all our berries, we can switch over and do something with our beets instead. What are you upset about? Oh, you just got no one to work. Lots of handy little flags. This one telling me your output storage is full, essentially, or you've got nowhere to go, because these are all full as well. Which isn't a bad thing to have this much water hanging about. And also this one telling me there's not enough people. Now, is there anything... I don't really have anything I want to particularly turn down. Long term, it's probably going to be slabs and wood guys get toned down a scooch. Maybe for just now, we will get one less worker post, just so we can build up a bit ahead of steam with our food. But I would very much like our scavenger outpost complete, so we can go and start interacting with the wider world. But I will hold off talking about that until we get to the point. Let's kick up the speed. I said it when the demo came out, but I'll say again, I do really enjoy this art style. So it's like, it's kind of almost like a 2D paper, you know, unit, item, art, piece, thing, you know what I mean, on that kind of 3D background, and it kind of bends and tilts as you zoom in and out, and you go, oh, I've never zoomed in this far before. That's awesome. So it's a really, although it's really simple kind of graphics, I think it works really well and looks really cool. I really enjoy the style. And even the contrast between the buildings and the kind of brighter, bolder colours of the people, it works very well. Lots of little cool artistic details. Yeah, I don't think you could zoom in this far in the demo version. I love it. That's it. Next 20 minutes, all we're doing is roaming around our village at this level, looking at things. Carrier, do its carrying, beat man, beating. So as I said, the farmers, especially on the beats, don't need that big an area. I mean, we're barely working half of it, but no harm, no foul getting it planted out. But another thing I'm going to do in terms of the no harm, no foul, oh, we got our hut to talk about that, is get ourselves, if I've got it unlocked, a mycologist planned. He's going to make onbu food. Plop you right there, and we'll build you some dirt roads. Probably overworking my general workers, but c'est la vie. It's what happens when you live in one of my cities. And we'll get a little bit of a mushroom farm on the go, just so we can build up a little bit of a head of steam. Do I want to have both sides roadified? Yeah, that's fine. All is well and good. I had some other thoughts. Huts. We've now got huts. So these do take planks and slabs, which we are horrendously short on. But they will provide better housing quality than tents. So we currently have 18 people, and we've got houses for 18 people. So maybe we'll plan to put in a hut, and we'll slowly start to transition our people over. You get everything, and we'll maybe mark you as priority, so you get all the stone slabs, which you've just got. Excellent, excellent. And then we're rapidly going to find that what we are really short of is peoples. But c'est la vie. Right, our mycologist has been constructed. No one to work it though. Kind of sucks, but there we go. I don't really have spare people to pull off, to be perfectly honest. And I need scavengers as well. And this is a building you have to have fully staffed. Alright, we're going to slow down our refined resources production so we can fully staff our scavenger. And then, no, I don't want to pull you out. So I'll go down to, maybe we drop a worker. Essentially. Let's try and see if we can get away with 2 farmers for just now. And then I also think pretty soon we're going to switch over away from berry muesli and use up some of these beets. Good, right. World map. Hello, world mappage. So each of these nodes, you can see we've got some trees here, we've got some mountains over there, and we've got a shrine. That's all we can see at the minute. You can send out a scavenging party to A, get resources, and B, potentially have events and get other stuff. So basic resources, fairly simple. Forests give you wood, quarries give you stone, oases, when you find them, give you water, sand dunes give you sand, and mines give you iron ore. I think that's all of them. And then the other one here you have here is a shrine, which gives you knowledge. So last episode we talked about needing knowledge for some researches. That's how you get it. So they are quite important. But we are Onbu's still merrily sleeping, so we've got a little bit of time. So I thought I'd just nab these wood close to us since we're a little shy on wood. And it's a good way of obviously getting a bunch of resources which aren't restricted by what you've got in your Onbu's back. I think it is time for the hornblower, so we can talk to Onbu. So I will grab that. But I would also like the cactus, which is essentially you can turn your farms from food production into water production via the cactus. You got a person? You do! Well, let's give you some fields to work upon. Why don't we give you this many fields? That's probably more than you can manage. And he'll just start to build up a slow surplus of mushrooms, which eventually, some ways down the line, we can turn into Onbu food. So you see our Onbu is getting a little bit peckish. Thankfully, he isn't entirely reliant on your food and these little nodes on the map, and they can feed them as well. So, scavenging party down here, you see they brought back 15 wood. I must admit, I have a bad tendency of missing these pop-ups and my scavengers kind of sit idle for a while. So it's something I do need to keep an eye out of, is when they're flagged as being back. I'm going to drop you down to 1 person, because I think that's all we really need for just now. And that's grand. So I just want more people at this stage is what we're really after. We do have a doctor, and I am going to plan the doctor. Probably somewhere up near the mycologist seems to make a whole bunch of sense. We can even put him in here, actually. It's quite a nice slot. Although the storage is there, which is where he's going to get his herbs from. Although, they're also really underworked, so I prefer it there. I think it's going to look better. Who cares about optimism? Optimization. Care about optimism. So if Onbu was sleepy, then he'd be more inclined to sleep here. We can also, if we had a hornblower, tell him to sleep here, and he'd recover health a little bit faster. Fresh air, free of toxins. Beautiful. Let's go grab this knowledge, just so we don't forget and lose it. And we've got a little bit of wood and stone to keep us going. Still no idlers. Everyone is busy, busy, busy. Food looks fine. Tell us, let's switch over to our, no, it's a farm, to our beet soup. We've only got the 1 pantry, so we can only store up to 50 beets, so we might end up being a little bit, yeah, full on storage and the like. So let's definitely start using that up. Okay, so I think we're okay for food. We don't have to panic too much about that. In the minute, it's just refined resources is our cap. So potentially we could start switching over some people away from maybe the scavenger if we feel we've got enough basic resources and there's nothing interesting. Then we can look at that. Beautiful. Onbu evacuates bowels. Now you might wonder, why on earth does the game tell me that? Well, there is essentially some fantastic bit of work you can do later on to collect his dung and turn it into useful bits and pieces. Which is a lovely sobering thought. I do feel out a little bit further. I do like this view, it's cool. I think you've done a great job with their character creation for their Onbus. It's good. Right. I'm distracted. What's going on? You guys are still out scavenging. We still don't have enough for you. You guys are all full. Do I want another water collector? I do spend my life paranoid about water. You only take unrefined resources, so do you know what? Let's do it. That'll give me an extra storage of 100 water because I have seen a little bit of desert on the edge here. Oh, an ombu's eating. Munchy, munchy, munchy. Nice. We'll have to come up. You have to come up with a name for our ombu. Okay, that's something we don't seem to have. We should definitely add naming your ombu. Like if you survive to, I don't know, day 50 or something, you get to name them. That would be cool. So yeah, we can see there's a bit of an edge of a desert which we may end up heading towards, so we've got to keep an eye on that. Apart from that, everything else looks okay. Yeah. Do another chef. Our processed food's a little light. Okay, our scavengers are back. They brought back 1 knowledge, which we'll just put in the bank for just now, and let's maybe grab some close by wood. Obviously, the further out you go, the longer it takes. That was only 5 hours. I can't display it because there's no one available. And in 5 hours, I'll show you what the other ones look like. Beautiful. Everything's slowly coming up Millhouse. How many berry guards got? 2. Tempted to. I'm going to do it. Put 1 back and get. Probably got 2. Am I going to do 3 in the kitchen? Yeah, let's burn through these beets real quick and then we'll reassign someone. Dense, so you also get these little events, as you can see on the screen. Dense fog causes entrance, making it impossible to see inside. Carefully, your scavengers take a few steps into it when suddenly an uplifting melody resounds from afar. This is highlighted. Highlighted good or highlighted bad? Or is it just the one I've got at the minute? It's just the one you've got selected, Requin. Yeah, let's follow the melody. The scavengers listen to sounds from afar and walk deeper into the forest. But as they don't agree on where the sound is coming from, they always end up running in circles. After a while, they give up and leave. Yeah. Got 30 wood, though. So I'll take that. Yeah, so let's see. 9 hours for this. Scavenge, 22 for this one. So it's not quite a linear thing, obviously. So let's just do that. Change 10 hours. Let's grab a wee bit of stone. And it's not 10 hours there and 10 hours back. It's just in total. It kind of abstracts that a little bit, which is fine and dandy. Right, you guys are doing lots of beet. Let's burn through our stockpiles. I'm happy at that. You guys need to work faster. I want more people. Ombu is happy. Let's kick up the speed a little bit. Oh, Scam just came back. See, it's so easy to miss that pop. Oh, that was the old one. Okay, what do we need more of? Probably a little bit more stone. 3 hours, it's a long one. So, because we don't have a hornblower, we can't suggest which way to go. He may or may not listen to us. Either way, we're going to end up in a new biome, so it'll be interesting to see what direction he picks. What's our research currently? Hornblower. Yeah, we may need to go cactus pretty aggressively if he decides to go to the desert. Cactus and corn as well, which is for food in the desert. Because you will notice on your plants, they have this kind of temperature color growth. All the way from, I think it's freezing, cold, normal, hot, torrid. Green is perfect, grow lots and lovely. Yellow is not perfect, but will grow. And grey is will not grow. So you won't get any food, but they won't die off. And if you hit the red, they actively start to die off. Generally, bad things happening. Right, we've got the hornblower. Yes, I need the cactus. And let's plop him down. He is obviously going to be near the front, so we can toot our little tooterton at Mr. Onbu. And I put it in the wrong place, and that hurts me so deeply. There you go. Doo-doo. Okay, so we've got... Oh, we went south, so we're into the colder climes, which I'm okay with. I find them easier to deal with in the desert. You will have to... food is slower generated here, so you might have to devote some more efforts to farmers. You also do get these ruined settlements where you might find food and you might find people, so I'll get that as a priority. I think there's unruined settlements as well, which maybe are more chance for people. You see these spory things on the map indicate poison spores, which means as we get along here, you'll probably find the toxicity is going to go up. But we can look at that as and when it happens. Okay, doctor is up. I'm going to say no doctors right now because no one is sick. You see over here, if someone was sick, it would tell you about it. We also have got housing, so let's start tearing down some of these and rebuilding them with huts. Toot toot. Hornblower. Now again, we have no real orders because he's not tired. There's nothing for him to eat and there's no directions. So right now I'm going to say, hey, don't bother trying to staff this. Not worth it. So our scavenging party found some bread in this settlement. Let's head over here. Very soon we will see our background change. So with plenty of water, it doesn't really matter. Mountains are not short of water. What is going to hurt us is food. Oh, no, you guys are still really busy, so that's fine. Why are you not busy? Are you full? You're full of beet soup, right? You're going to turn into berry muesli. I feel very food rich for once. I'll turn you up to 3 and turn you down to 2, I think. I'm also going to build a second pantry. Right here? Yes, that seems a good place to do it. Oh, you can see the mountains coming in. And see we now have gone to cold. With no air toxicity, but we do have ground toxicity. So if the Ombu gets tired and decides to sleep, he will start being poisoned. Which, as anyone can guess, it's not very good. Now, we don't need the corn super urgently, because we're not in a desert, but I think it's useful to have. Is there anything else we'd rather have, though? Ombu Doctor is good for if he does get poisoned. Anything else? Decontaminator. We don't need that really, really quickly. So that's if you get poison spores on top of the Ombu's back. They spread and they kill all your berries and all your trees and eventually your people. These guys deal with it. In the demo, it's happened pretty quickly and you did that pretty quickly. I've not found the same rush in the main game. I would also, though I would like to get a bile collector pretty quickly as well, because you can use this as fuel for your decontaminator. Oh, so many things that I want. Let's go. Now, let's go Ombu Doctor. So I'm worried he's going to get tired and sleep. We've got no, what's the word I'm looking for here? Crossroads ahead of us, so I'm not so worried about ending up in the desert. Looks like we're going to bump into a group of people though, which will be nice, because more bodies, more good. So for this, you've got to be in this little zone when they cross it. So you can use your commands, speed up, slow, or stop, speed up, that kind of thing, if you want to get there and wait. As it stands, I think we're going to naturally collide. So that's good news bears for us. Okay, well, so what are people doing? They are busy building roads. I'm going to put my, not my farm. Where's my worker? Here. You're already on 4 of 5. Let's go 5 of 5. That works. I feel like I've got a lot of food right now. We can manage the cold for a bit. Nice little ping for events here. We have found a small group of nomads. Pick them up. 2 lovely people, and they're all very healthy. Like more than 2. But there you go. Our scavenger got... What did you get? I'm not sure. But go grab... Why don't you grab a little bit more knowledge, just so we've got that in the bank. And... yeah, so we said this population level is up. So we have gone from... I can't remember what it was before, but we're now a camp. Which I think means their expectations go up slightly. But as it stands, we've already got 103% productivity because we are awesome. You can see we've got 19 employed people, 1 person as a general labourer. But they're busy at the minute, which is why it still says 0 idle. It's a good little breakdown. We are becoming slightly short of wood and stone, so let's maybe just, with my general labourers, clear out this kind of stuff. Sorry, Ombu, I'm gonna shave off some of these horns. Yeah. I'm gonna have to do some serious trust building efforts with you. Because if he doesn't trust you, he doesn't listen to you. Because why would you listen to these creatures that sit on your back and peel your horns off? I wouldn't if I was him. We have built everything we could. We could and we will want to get a second farm out at some point. So that if we do hit the desert, we can have one producing water and one producing corn. But again, not a huge rush. I'm content to work on our huts. Oh, I forgot you could go to the poison forest with your scavengers. Maybe we'll do that. Let's get Hornblower on point, see if we can try and influence our Onbu. Not that we necessarily know what's good and bad about the direction. But we'll see. Sure, let's go see what's here. Let's say you're not very hungry, so I don't need to prioritize this. So let's, I don't know, let's go north. Doesn't trust us. Which I'm not surprised. We've not done any healing, we've not done any feeding, and we've been taking horns off his back. So as it stands, he's just ignoring my Hornblower. Sad times. But that will change. Right, we can get another huts down. Whoop. And we can dismantle some more tents. Although, have I just made people, whatchamacallit? Homeless. I can't believe I can think of homeless word. Right, absolutely we want corn. We also want Ombu Kitchen. No, let's go corn first. Let's get our emergency backup stuff researched so it's there. Cool. So we've got some random materials in store, but wood and stone is looking healthy. People, we've still just got one general idler. Wood's looking good, actually. Actually going to pedal down on a farm for just now. And let's maybe see if we can up our refining so we can get everyone in some lovely huts. Let's just commit, shall we? I don't have anything else going on, so my general labour should get to this pretty quickly. One thing important to know, as soon as you flag it for deconstruction, they become homeless. So, probably not the most efficient way of doing this, because they're going to be working slightly slower for just now. But that's okay. Oh, what are you doing, buddy? He's not... Oh, unhappy as it feels that Spike's being torn out. Fair. Sorry, dude. You don't like me. Sad times. Ombu's not happy. And with his anger, he has destroyed a couple buildings. Thankfully, this chase takes time to rebuild, although... and you don't even lose the resources that are in it, so it's not... It's a fairly minor punishment at the minute. And I'm okay with that. So we are getting towards the end of today, but I would quite like these buildings done, so maybe I will just chat the end bit while we are still working on stuff. Hey, go see some mines. Cool. So, yeah, that's going to be another video for today. We'll be back again tomorrow with another one. I hope you are enjoying this. And as I said, if you're interested in getting your hands on a copy, We Bleed Pixels is going to be giving away 2 copies of the game when this releases on Steam in early access on September the 14th. To be in with a chance of winning, simply comment on the video below and join the Discord. That's simple. Instructions are all in the bio down below as well. As ever, I have been Requin87. Thank you for coming out and hanging out. A pleasure, always a pleasure. If you want to see more of me doing other stuff, usually a bit more strategy orientated, then do check out my own Twitch and YouTube channels. And if you want to see more of We Bleed Pixels, then do check out the rest of their YouTube channel, as well as the rest of the things we do all across the interwebs. And I'll catch you in the next one. Cheerio!